Welcome everybody. Welcome to RuneJammer 2023. This is the flight of the last flight of the Red Sword adventure, set in the Warp Shell setting. It was once in the core Index Card RPG Core Second Edition, but with Master Edition it was cut and then re-released as a free adventure pack module PDF that you can get from the Index Card community content website. Um, yeah, so we have our players. We have. I'm gonna address everybody by their character name, and then we'll go that route. Just because when I have everything turned on, I can't see who's talking. So starting at the top, we have Zero or Zed. Uh, do you have an idea of what you think your character's background would be, or would you like me to roll a random result for you to riff off of?
Go ahead and roll at random.
All right, let's get a character background. Service and exile. So your Zil Gunner, who's a researcher, was exiled for something in service or service of exile. I don't know. What comes to your mind?
Service in exile. That's a tough one, especially with the Zill agenda being so weird. I think that I was sent by a religious person to live amongst the primitives and learn just how horrible they really are to solidify my feelings on the agenda.
Okay, rockin', rockin'. SB 129. Would you like a random roll, or do you have an idea?
Yeah, SB129 is Ghost Armor, and you can kind of see that his armor is somewhat colorful here, but that's because it is armor that has been pieced together from the scrap shells of his kin, of his parents and his sisters. So he wears his family member as his suit, and the Warp Shell chose him to go get vengeance, and he rides in together with his family.
Brutal. Metal and brutal at the same time. Seb. Seb Holran. Do you want a random
Yeah.
roll, or do you got an
Um,
idea?
I had a vague sort of idea that I don't know applies to a Ghost Armor character though, unless he was like raised by humans.
Okay.
I just had this idea that he grew up on this little small town planet kind of thing and is just out for the first time on his own trying to get away from it. Maybe he was raised by humans and he has a human sounding name because of it.
Interesting. Okay. Ghost armor. Ghost. Maybe? No. That didn't work.
It changed the image on the character sheet, but not the token. You might have to redirect the token out.
No, that wasn't the right image I wanted anyways. Ghost armor. Ghost armor. I thought it was somewhere else in there. Tokens. Ah, here we go. Whatever. We'll come back to it later. Um, so that is Seb Holoran. The next person is, this one's a mouthful for me.
Just
Nero
call him Nero. Just call him
Khan.
Nero.
Nero.
Just call him Nero. That's what everyone does. And if that needs to be official, it's Nero Khan. Captain Nero Khan to you. He's a
Alright,
kit. He's not complicated. He likes to go fast. He wants to fly all the ships and shoot all the guns.
living life dangerously.
He's a spacer at all the way to the core.
Nice. Alright, so Van Halen, tell me how you jump.
Actually, I'll take a random roll.
You want a random roll? All right.
Yeah.
So we got activity, commitment. So how are you committed to an activity, or what kind of activity requires commitment?
Uh, well, I guess that just then it goes to the original idea I had. Uh, Van Halen has some kind of mysterious past that he seeks redemption for, and he has found that solace on the warp shell.
Interesting. Very cool. So it's kind of a motley crew. We got some research going on. We got the gunners avenging families and finding out who oneself is. Uh, I think it'll be perfect for a motley crew aboard a warp shell. A warp shell, if you haven't seen Farscape from like the late 90s, early aughts, it's essentially that. You are part of a crew that lives in a living biomechanical, uh, I'll call it aerospace ship, because I think the warp shell is able to enter atmosphere as well as go into the void. And it's able to, it somehow innately knows where you need to go. You don't really have a control. You kind of talk to the ship. It moans back to you. There's a panel that says some gook that uh, has language on it, but most of you don't really know how to read it unless you've got a specific ability or spell too. Um, but it takes you to places and you do missions for it. And in this instance, you are being taken to uh, a place next to a dying star. And as your warp shell goes, BAM! Well, there's no BAM. Only in like Star Wars does that happen. So in the void of space, it just kind of shows up. And if you look out your viewport window, there is a massive shadow looming in front of the warp shell. And as you look out your window here, I'll reveal what that shadow is. There is a massive ship, a reptoid ship. Can somebody make a wisdom or intelligence roll for me to identify what this ship is called? Or whose it is? Okay, we got a Seb who Seb doesn't really know yet. Neither does Nero.
Wow.
Oh, we got one. Zed knows something about it in his time as a bloody researcher.
Do I just press
Yep. So
attempt in
I should have rolled
intelligence?
intelligence.
so
Or wisdom?
when you open the character sheet up, Thor, you click on the little D20 icon, and then it should automatically throw a dice for you, or throw a die for you.
And I open up the character sheet. You said. Yeah, there we go. All right.
Okay. So, as Zed looks out the viewport of the warp shell and sees this big, hulking mass of a ship, Zed is able to relay to you all that this is the Red Sword, the infamous pirate ship of the Reptoids, known for pillaging, destroying, and causing havoc across the quadrant of this sector of the galaxy. And why it's here, you have no idea why. The warp shell doesn't really give you any information. It just seems to have brought you here and is approaching the docking bay tendrils, or I don't know what you call it, but the clamps, umbilicals. There you go. The docking bay umbilical cords on this side of the ship.
Does this thing look like it's powered up, or is it it's just drifting? Or...
It is dark and just drifting, no lights. You know how like airplanes usually have like that blinky light that says I'm here? Nothing like that at all. No scans. You can try running some stuff within your ship, your warp shell if you want. You can try running some scans and get some more information. The con is yours as it might go.
Well, it looks like I'm the pilot here. Nero is the pilot here, so would that be a wisdom?
If you're
A scan?
So if you're using, it depends on how, this is how I look at it. It depends on what you're doing to find the information. If you're looking at information, just random data, and trying to use your intuition, then wisdom would be appropriate. If you are actively using scanning equipment, intelligence would be appropriate.
Okay. I'll go. There we are.
Nice.
I'm a lot better with I have a computer panel to play with.
Okay, so using your intelligence to work the instruments and panels within not Moya. Now I got Farscape stuck in my head. Within your warp shell, you do find. What were you searching for, anyways? Sorry.
Oh, see if I can locate if there are any active power sources, or if the ship, or any active life signs, or if the ship's just totally dead.
You do find minimal power, mostly to certain sections of the ship. Life support. You do find two major power draws or centers of power, and that's towards the rear of the ship. But those seem to be turned off, and there's no thrust coming out of the ship. The back of the ship is this part back here.
Mm-hmm.
The front is the weird bug-looking head thing.
We can't see any visible damage anywhere.
No visible damage. Nothing that you can see, but there is a threat of sorts. As the warp shell drifts underneath the ship, or what is perceivably what you call underneath it, because in space there's no up or down. As you drift underneath the fuselage of the ship, you see a red and black undulating mass, and it looks like a massive star of sorts, but as it's spinning and slowly spinning, all the hackles on the back of your neck, all the hair and Kit and Nero's fur rises up just like an animal's would. It's you feel like the star is staring at you somehow, and you feel anger and hatred coming off of it.
A star like a starfish? Or is it just shaped like a star, or is it glowing like a star?
It's glowing like a star.
Okay.
So
Not like Starro.
Not what?
Not like Starro.
Right.
Yeah. So what I just rolled is a Darkstar Pulse. So this is a Darkstar. You guys don't have to roll for this. This has been a legend. If you've been anywhere there's been civilization, you've heard it like on what would be the equivalent of Space 4chan, or maybe like the underground media of sorts that nobody really takes seriously, because you don't see this. It's not real. But here it is. You have found the Darkstar. This thing is malevolent evil, and it sends pulses, and it warps and corrupts, consumes, and just changes everything within its presence. What the red fang, or not the red fang, what the red sword is doing out here. The red fang is another adventure. What the red sword is doing out here, who knows? That's for you guys to figure out. Anything else before you guys want to, before your ship attempts to dock to the red sword?
This is Zed. Can I try to use my scan unit to run a scan and see if I can figure out why they are out here?
You do, but you're not going to get much information beyond. Wait. Yeah, no, you're not going to get much information beyond what was already scanned by the ship.
Okay. All right. We can forego that then.
Okay. So the warp shell slowly reaches towards the red sword's docking umbilicals, and you see like the warp shell. It kind of has this tube. It looks like a human fetus umbilical, and it kind of like warps out and grips onto the side of the ship and fuses with it. And you see lights that say pressure equalized inside of the ship, and you are now able to enter the red sword.
Before we do that, can I try and talk to the ship and, hey, why are you bringing us here to face a Darkstar? What do you want us to do about that?
It kind of pulses at you and says, Savior, plan, heroic deed to the end.
Hmm.
Well, the shell obviously knows something we don't.
Well, apparently it's not going to leave until we do something about this, so we don't really have much of a choice, do we?
Okay. So
How
as you
strange. All
Looks
right,
like my shield.
ready to head in now. I'm ready to go. I'm out of here. This is spooking me out.
Okay. So you guys enter the first area. So yeah, now you can enter the ship. You should be able to see that index card I just flipped up that says airlock.
Yep.
So yeah, you're in this area, and once inside the ship, there are all sorts of weird things. Immediately when you come in, you see a reptoid hand on a door latch right next to where you came in from.
Just the hand. It's been detached.
Yes, very much detached.
Does it look ripped off or like
And the
singed off?
door latch, like the door, it's completely closed. Like that latch didn't, that hand didn't fully push that handle forward, is what I'm saying.
Yep, it did not push it anywhere. To answer Thor's question, or Van Halen's question, sorry, I need to address you by character names. Answering Van Halen's question, the hand looks like like when you take a piece of sausage and you rip it in half. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Real ragged.
Right. Can we see what the handle is for? Just for the door?
The hand
Or,
was just stuck to the door. There's no body. There
Yeah.
is a lot of green and red viscous fluid around on the floor, some on the walls. Yeah.
Like reptoid juice or?
I'd like to scan the fluid.
It looks like blood. So when you scan the fluid, this gives your scan unit an update to its parameters, and it is starting to show you signs of life within the ship. Some of it is nearby. Two of it looks like it's coming down the hallway. However, you don't see it. So do with that what you will.
I'll communicate this to my companions.
Okay. So you got 4 rounds before those down the hall come and make themselves known or show up. However, you can't see them right now.
Is there any cover in the room?
So there would be cover within this room, yes. There are consoles, there are barrels, there are all sorts of other things that may be in an airlock that you would transfer from one ship to another. Yeah. What's your intention?
So,
Go ahead.
there are some life forms coming down the hallway, and nothing. It's a hallway that stretches in both directions, or
So there's technically one entrance coming out of the docking bay or the
yeah,
airlock, and that is down this way,
yeah, okay,
and that's where they are coming from.
okay.
I don't think we want to be in the airlock when they get here.
Does it look like there's any
Agreed.
weapons or automated defenses
Let's move forward.
for this airlock?
There are not. No. As you
All right,
guys,
yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
as you guys are working on getting down the hallway, a you start to feel a staticky tingle on the back of your neck, and it goes down your arms, your shoulders, all the way down to your feet and back up to your top of your head. I need everyone to make a dex check at making 10 or better, because you are being hit with a Darkstar pulse. These are some fantastic rolls. Except that one. Okay. Everybody makes it except for SB and Van Halen.
Ruh-roh.
Both of you take 1 point of damage and you are knocked prone. So I'm going to tick this
16?
forward. Say again?
Oh, I got it 16.
I see it at... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, I saw the second roll. You made it. Sorry. So Seb is the only one... Not Seb. SB is the only one that didn't make it. So Van Halen, you do not take
Oh
damage.
yeah, I accidentally clicked twice. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. You guys have been knocked prone and you need to get your friends up. But what we're going to do is we're going to start going in a turn order, starting at the top with Z or 0. And we're going to go down to SB129, Seb, Nero, and then Van Halen. So, Zed, what do you want to do?
I'm going to pull my blast rifle, make sure the burst module is attached, and point it down or towards the door, covering the door while my companions get up off the ground.
Okay. SB, what do you want to do?
Does it look like there's any way to close a door or put up any kind of barriers behind us?
If you make, well, depending on how you want to close the door, you can either make a strength check to force it closed. You can try and, who's not hearing anyone? Who was that? Zed. Okay.
That's me. I can hear you, but I can't hear any of the other players.
Interesting.
I'm gonna jump off
Tell them
Discord and come
to,
back.
yeah. I couldn't hear Van Halen, so I just left the voice channel and I rejoined, and then I could hear him again.
Okay, interesting.
Just Discord being funny, I think. Yeah, I think I was talking over him and I didn't realize, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm not hearing someone, so I just left and came back.
Gotcha. Okay. So depending on how you want to do it, do you want to force a door shut? Do you want to see if you can punch some controls, or do you want to see if you can jerry rig a panel on the door and see if you can move them?
I'm gonna see if I can't do a jerry rig on the panel.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity for that then. Missed it just by one. So as you are trying to fiddle with the door, it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. However, you do hear the sounds coming down the hallway, and you catch some glimpses out of the corner of your eye, but as you try and focus on those specific areas, you do not see anything coming out at you, or like directly available or visible. Seb.
So I have a machine jumper ability where I can jump into a machine. You said there were some consoles in the room. Would I be able to jump into one of those and see if I can control doors or find cameras or anything through that?
Sure. That's so cool.
How would I do that?
So machine jumper, let's look up that skill real quick. You said ghost armor, machine jumper. You can leap from your armor to a near and back again. Blah, 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 blah. It just happens. That's cool. So describe to me what machine you would like to jump into, and we'll see what we can figure out.
Uh, Whatever console looks the biggest or most important in the room. You sounded like there were multiple ones, and I just want to see if I can control anything. Either doors in this room, or if I can access like cameras on other parts of the ship to see what else is going on.
Okay. When you access the panel, you are able to you find that there is very minimal life, or not life. There's very minimal energy, and that most of the doors are going to be propped open already, just because of uh, how the safety protocols work in this ship. Um, but you also get camera feeds, and you see that most of the ship looks pretty empty and pretty dark. However, uh, there are life signs, and if you were to change like visual mode, you do see cold signatures moving throughout the shadows and stuff like that.
All right, I will go back into my own body and convey that information to the group.
Awesome.
When you say
Nero.
cold, do you mean lizard or dead?
I mean temperature.
What you would know it looks like is a lizard, like a cold-blooded lizard, or somebody who's been in space for a while.
Okay.
What does Nero want to do?
We're in the hallway now, outside of the airlock, right?
Yep. I'm gonna actually take one of you guys' tokens and put it down here, so that way we know where we're at.
Okay. Is there anything? What else is in the hallway besides the computer panels?
There's a couple barrels that look like they were probably gonna be get ready to be moved to be put onto a different ship through the umbilical and airlock. However, that doesn't seem to have ever happened. There's not much else here.
Yeah, I want to go and check the barrels and see what's in them.
It's just, it looks like paste of some sort, just nutrient paste.
Wow, great. Is it flammable?
No, not
Okay.
quite.
Then I will use the barrels as covering and hunch down behind him with my blaster drawn.
Okay. Van Halen.
I. Hmm. Still quite a bit away from the life forms. Hmm.
Can you say what you said again? I'm sorry.
Still quite a bit, distance from the life forms,
Okay,
the
gotcha.
blips.
Okay, so you're taking
Um,
cover?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's nothing or any other than barrels for cover or such. There's nothing of real strategic value
Yep.
in this place.
There's nothing of real strategic value in this area. You might find more in other areas if you go down the hallway.
Yeah. I'll scout ahead.
Okay.
Like I can double move. So I'll just scout ahead as far as I can with three moves.
Okay. As you move, you do seem to find a couple new locations. You find a corridor that runs to your right, left in this image, but to your right in the relation to that. And then you'll
Mm-hmm.
also see something that looks like a big sitting room, messy plates and other stuff laying around.
And the blips are coming from this side or this side.
The blips are coming from now directly underneath your feet. You've ran past them.
Ah, so they're in the vents or something,
Okay.
or a second level.
Well, so it's my turn now.
Yeah.
As you
They're in the walls, man.
right. So as you run past docking bay, I'm gonna pull everybody's character back out here. Didn't have that one. We had this. We already got that. Zeb and Van Halen. Van Halen is down here. Everybody else is kind of hunkered around somewhere. Go ahead and place yourselves wherever you want to be. You have two Reptoid enemies pop up and appear. One from underneath the floor grating and one from the ceiling in the air vents right past where Van Halen ran past. They, however, are not looking at Van Halen. They are looking towards the four of you still in the airlock.
So where are the barrels?
Let's make a drawing because I don't have a picture of one.
Yeah, and I wanted to be behind the console I was looking at. Not sure where that is.
Come on. Okay. So there's that. Why is it not filling? Oh, solid. Boop. So that's a barrel. Come on. That's a barrel. That's another barrel. We'll have a console be right here. So the console will be off to the side a little bit.
Cool. So is this like a grid or something? It kind of snaps to.
Yes, I did put a grid on this one. If it doesn't work out, I can turn it off and you guys can move around freeform and stuff. You guys find it annoying
It's
or anything?
approximation. It's kind of.
Annoying? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me fix that then. Okay. Now you should be able to move wherever you want to.
Beautiful.
Okay. So, my guy, the bad guys popped out. It is now top of the order. 0 or Z. Are you here, Wolfgar?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm going to shoot at whatever the thing is on the west.
Okay. So one of these two red squares.
Yep.
Okay. These are
And
the mutants.
I'm using that barrel for cover.
Okay. So go ahead and make your shot and make it at 10 or better.
So that's going to be Dex plus, or no, roll plus Dex, right?
Yes.
For shooting? Yeah.
Yep. Roll plus Dex. Sorry. 9.
That didn't go very
Bom, bom,
well.
bom. Yep.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate. Reminder, you guys do have hero coins, although I probably wouldn't spend them right now, unless you really want to kill 2 dudes. But you do have the rest of the shit to get through.
Right. Okay, end of my turn.
Okay. SB.
Yeah, SB129 is going to fire up his jetpacks and book it the hell out of here.
Okay. Which direction is
Now,
that?
can I head towards the cafeteria, towards the front of the ship?
Yes. However, you would be leaving the rest of your group behind. So are you gonna like pincer them or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully, yeah, take some kind of control of some weapons or something that's further down the ship or somewhere else here. So I'm just really trying to get out of this airlock, and my one weapon takes a lot of time to charge, so this is not a great spot to be.
Okay. So yeah, you can jump past them. You'll be down in the hallway with Van Halen, but not in one of those other places just yet.
Cool.
Oop, you'll want to go the other way. He went south.
Oh, south. That's the ship that way.
Okay, Seb. Or you jumped. Did you have any other actions you wanted to do? Or are you charging your weapon? SB?
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, that's all I want to do is just move as far as I can, and I'm looking for stuff that I can't machine jump to. Specifically, I'm looking for turrets or other heavy stuff.
Okay. I don't know if there would be turrets, but let's make a roll for that. Question. Are there
games?
Are there deactivated defense turrets?
Come on, bones. No!
Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay. Perfect.
Right,
This gives me
we're gonna get creative.
a good opportunity because what needs to happen, or what is going to happen, is that pulse that pulsed through and knocked you over. You notice that the warp shell was forcibly detached from the red sword and is attempting to like fly in between it and like dodge different warp or pulses that are going on from the Darkstar and stuff. So your warp shell is no longer attached and has to be outside of the area. However, there is no turrets within the ship that you would be able to use.
This is unfortunate. Our situation just got a little bit worse.
Okay. Seb.
I'm just going to kind of circle around to the side of the console here
Okay.
and take a shot at the one on the right with my blaster.
All right, do the thing. Roll dex. Hot tiggity.
That's a hit.
All right, so roll guns damage, which should be a D8. Nice.
Oh,
4 damage. Not bad. It's still kicking though. All right. Nero, what you wanting to do?
I will pop a shot off on that same guy that just got clocked.
Okay.
Is there a way to do a ping on this?
Double click. It should be double click. Otherwise,
Long left
personal.
click will do it.
Yeah, long left.
Oh, long left. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to take a shot at this guy, which is Dex roll +4. Yeah, that'll hit.
Nice. Roll that effort.
For another 5.
You see the
No, 4 damage. Sorry. No, it is 5 damage.
It's 5. You see that mutant that you just blasted
Mhm.
really start sucking. It lost a limb and it's kind of dragging its foot towards you, but you see it's gnashing and snarling its teeth at you, and it looks all sorts of messed up. Like this once was a reptoid, but it
It's
kind of
not
looks
now.
more like the thing, and it's just kind of gnashing at you, and it's got an arm, and it's kind of like, "Rrr, yeah, yeah."
I will use my jetpack to jet between them and go join my compatriots down the hallway.
Okay.
Looks like these guys aren't particularly fast, I'm guessing.
No, not quite. Van Halen, it is your turn.
Are they within shooting range of me?
Yes.
All right.
If we need to,
I'll
we can use the banana.
yeah.
Use the banana, Luke.
I have to. So I shoot at this one, and that is attacks.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, yes.
Good shot.
And
Roll
I,
it.
yeah. All right, and then it's guns. 5.
Were you hitting this one on this side or the other one?
The left one, this one here.
Okay. So we'll mark damage on that
So
one.
how do you do the pulls? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
And since I rolled over 15, I should get another shot.
Oh, snap. Do it, do it, do it.
First module.
Great.
Nice.
So, I am... Oh, shoot. This guy's dead.
Yeah.
He's obliterated. He just got torn to shreds.
that was
Since I
another-
rolled another over 15. Do I
Yep,
get another
so-
shot?
Do it again.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, almost got it. All right. So you don't get that second one, but you did get the first one. He is gone and dead. And as he hits the floor, like what's the way it's described in here? Because it's described way better than I can think of it. They're like the gooey. They seem almost rubbery. And what happens is when they hit the floor, you see like their gooey you see a skeleton and skin just slough off, flops onto the floor and turns into gel of some sort and seeps into the floor grating.
Yuck.
Okay, so you got one more. My turn. We're gonna tick this down, and then this guy is going to. Let's see. He is not that intelligent, but he did just see a bunch of people jump over him, so he's going to attempt to go after SB. And then my monster guy. Do I have any rolls? Nope. Okay. He's going to.
So is that moving far for him?
No. So this banana is a little bit of a misnomer. It should say near, but anything within that black stem is close. Anything within the banana is near, and anything outside the banana is far.
Gotcha.
So he is going to do his. That's not you. He's gonna do bludgeon. He's gonna attempt to use the back end of his rifle. So he's gonna roll a d20 plus 3. Bludgeon. Oh, that almost rolled into a 12. Or 20. What's your defense, SB?
13.
Okay, so he misses you. Which is
Oh
fantastic.
no, sorry, it's 16.
Well, he still misses you
But yeah,
even more.
that's still-
It misses even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he misses you even more, and you see him like he's fumbling with his weapon, and it's in his big goofy hand, his massive warped hand, and his other one looks like it's got just bones sticking out of the skin, and he tries to like hit you with the weapon and just flails around pointlessly at you. S or Z, it is your turn.
Do I have a clean shot without hitting my companions?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go for that. 15 with
That's
the
a
burst
hit.
module.
Do it.
All right, so we got the effort.
All right, so you take this guy out, and you see the exact same thing. Like, as you pump him full of lasers and holes and stuff, the skin sloughs off the skeleton falls, and it just kind of turns into like a rubbery substance, and it dissolves and goes through the floor grating. However, as you take out the last combatant here, you do hear kind of howls, like pained howls and pained sounds coming from down the hall. It's hard to tell which way because it's echoing off all of the walls and all that stuff.
Thanks.
I say we go towards the stern where all the power signatures were.
Stern, huh? Okay. Is everybody in agreement, or what do you want to do?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good to me.
Sure.
Okay, so your next room is going to be the corridor, which is right there. So in the corridor, let me get a d20 here. That one doesn't make sense. Okay, so here's where your point of frustration and contention comes in, SB. Normally, your assumptions are correct. There would be sentry guns of sorts, or there would be some sort of defense mechanism inside this ship. However, as you come into this main corridor, you are better able now to see that most of the sentry turrets have been ripped out of the walls or the ceilings and thrown on the ground.
Oh dear God. Can I see if I can't pick one of those up, or take it apart such that I am able to walk around with it like a handheld minigun.
Do you have the ability to create device?
I think I do. I'm a scientist.
Anytime you work with machines. Okay, so you do have the ability to work with machines. So let's make this. I'm gonna crank up the difficulty a little bit, just because we're in a new area now. So
Mm-hmm.
the target is 12. If you can make a roll to make an int roll, yeah, make an int roll, and you can cobble together some sort of minigun using that sentry turret that is going to have, we'll call it D6 rounds.
Is there any kind of mechanism for me to help him on that? I'm a mechanic with repairman ability.
Sure, yeah. So the roll's already easy. I'm going to say you give him a +2 to the roll as well.
Cool. Let's attempt this.
Well, you smashed it,
Nice.
because you got a modified 20 with his +2. You have a minigun that has 1 charge in it.
Nice. All right, so I'll take that minigun and head down the hall towards
Okay.
the back of the reactor.
That minigun will do magic or energy damage.
Interesting.
So yeah, as you guys move into here, we're gonna tick it down, and from behind you, coming out of the galley, are going to be. We'll roll a d8 here. We'll see how many enemies come out. Another 2 reptoids that come after you guys. You got 2 coming in from behind you, but you're kind of in a big empty hallway. And yeah, there, like, as you look around, you're in a corridor, but the corridor has visibility into a much larger belly of the ship, which is dark except for a few flickering lights, and you see containers, you see moving shadows in the dark underneath it as the lights flicker, and it's a long ways down. So as you are here, you have the 2 reptoids coming down the corridor at you currently. Let's start at the top. 0. What would you like to do?
Zed is going to look for cover and try to set up a position to shoot.
Okay. Do you want to shoot as well, or do you just want to move and take aim?
I'm going to move and take aim because I get a lot of benefit from that.
Okay, yeah. So you spend a round doing an aim. Your next roll will be easy to shoot.
It's also going to be max or ultimate damage.
Nice. SB, it is your turn.
Yes, I'm gonna spend a turn doing something similar by charging up my chem rail gun. So just kind of taking cover, slamming that thing down, and charging it up so I can't do a powerful shot.
Okay. Seb, what would you like to do? And the reptoids are at far distance away, so they're gonna have to make 3 moves to get to you.
So there's no cover. You said
There
it's
is no
open.
cover right now. You're
Okay,
just in an empty hallway.
Yeah, I will just pick one and take aim.
Okay. Are you shooting or taking aim?
Taking aim.
Okay. Same thing. Your shooting roll will be at easy.
Okay.
Nero, what would you like to do?
I'll go to It looks like there's a turn in the hallway there, so I'll take position behind the corner of the hall, the corner of the turn there, and
Okay.
take a shot at, I guess, this one
Okay. The bottom one. I missed
with
that.
my
Clint.
blaster. That'll be a hit. It was the top one, but
Okay.
I don't guess it terribly matters. But that's definitely a hit. So.
Sweet. Roll that gun damage.
Oh, nice. 10.
Nice.
Boom!
You blast it right in the clavicle, and it just like blows its arm off, and it is struggling to keep up and like even realize. I mean, it like knows it got hit, but it doesn't care. It's coming at you, but it now is like oozing and struggling, and things are flying out of it. Nero just went. So Van.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Nero's approach to the issue and shoot the other one.
Okay. Go ahead. That's a hit.
All right.
Oh wait, you did 10 damage? Okay, the other, yeah, this one's totally dead. Sorry, I only saw the die roll. So yeah, this one is.
Shows it the other one.
Dang. You guys wiped the floor. Okay, so yeah, no more reptoids coming down the hallway, but you still hear the sounds of howls and other things moving about. And we're gonna roll another d4 for number of turns before reptoids. Ooh, you got lucky. 4 rounds. I should have used word rounds instead of turns, but we'll live. Okay, so now you guys are making your way through the corridor here into the engineering. It says refinery, but that's the closest thing I had to engineering in my picture deck. And yeah, so now you are at the precipice between. Someone was here. I don't know who's in there, but I'm gonna move somebody there. So now you are at the precipice between the like, you know, in Star Trek, there's like the room with all the fancy computers and all the officers sit out, and in the actual engine room or where all the peons and the workers go, you are in the you're in the fancy control area for the engine room.
The La Force Technobubble room.
Say that again. I'm sorry, Thor.
The La Force Technobubble room.
Yep.
A little Forge Technopebble room. I like that.
Yep, and that's where you look at the computer screens and there's just whirling codes and all sorts of other things that don't mean a lot of things to you guys because you don't speak Reptoid unless you do. You can make a roll for it, but most of you aren't familiar with Reptoid language, so it's just like symbols and numbers and squiggles on a screen. Does anybody want to attempt to roll?
Like intelligence roll.
Yep, intelligence roll.
All right.
Boom, nailed it. All right. So now we're recorrecting everything. Van Halen can speak Reptoid very well.
Yeah, you know, like
Nice.
have a lot of PTSD from the Reptoid War, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Does any of this like, you know, is anything pinging us like or something?
So when you're at in this room and you're looking at the engine rooms, it says that the doors are locked and the are manual override only, and that evacuation should be commenced, and that the ship is primed.
Primed for what? Any like indication what is priming for?
No,
What
not
is
here.
primed for? No.
Self-destruct. Although you wouldn't think powering down would lend itself to self-destructing.
You know, if there's not anyone who has more computer knowledge and such that I can, translate on the go for, like I'm willing to assist with such things.
Okay. Anybody want to take that offer?
I mean, I can try to get inside it and see if I can decipher what's going on. I don't know if I speak reptilian, but
So you can try and make an intelligence roll. You do not speak reptilian. However, your ability to jump into other machines has given you some intuition as to what code signatures look like and stuff like that. So when you jump into the panel, you're able to get the sense and feeling of that this is the go button, and that there is the final word should come from somebody in leadership, but there's no one around.
am I able to tell from in there anything about what happened in terms of the ship being shut down? Was there a malfunction, or was it manually powered down, or any information like that?
It was, according to where you're at, it was manually powered down, but there's not much information here. Most of that information would be recorded in the bridge where the officers would be. You would know that just from your experience as a ghost armor and, spacefaring person. Usually, like in big ships, there's usually a bridge, and they do a lot of the recording of the data.
Can we restore power to the ship here?
Not here.
Most
Most of the power is being contained into the engine pods, and the doors are sealed shut. Only a manual override of the doors and being inside
These
the engines.
things are the engine pods, or?
Yes.
Alright, and locked in there, we can't get in there. Are there other ways out of this room, like other than back or into the engine pods?
So
Like...
if you're looking around, you do see that there are a few more rooms and corridors. You do see a room to the left and a room to the right, or up or down, whichever way you want to look at it. So there's the medical wing, and there is also the hydroponics.
Hydroponics. What's hydroponics?
Hydroponics is I don't know if it's fact. I don't know if anybody actually does it, but in a lot of different sci-fi movies or video games, you'll see like a room with a bunch of plants and different stuff that generate oxygen and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like the biodome or such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there somewhere to actually try and do the manual override on the doors?
Not
to the weapon to the engine pods.
Not here. That manual override would be in the bridge.
Looks like we have to go to the bridge, fellas.
Yeah.
Let's go find the bridge.
Where would the bridge be? Would that be in the front?
Yep.
Or would that be further down? In
Bridge.
the front, yeah.
Bridge would be in the front.
Yeah.
Bridge would be up there.
Bad strategic, place for the bridge, but okay. That's Reptoids for you. Braids into the end.
Okay, sorry. I talked over you. Keep going, Van.
Yeah, no, fine.
Okay, so y'all want to head towards the bridge. As you do, that will be 3 turns, so I'll tick the Reptoid counter down 3 times here. When you start leaving the engineering or processing room, you hear You know, like, so you hear the other howls and stuff. This sounds like, in our words, in our universe, the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. You hear something like that, just.
Goody.
Sweet.
Someone
Okay,
sounds disappointed.
right. Let's see. You make it all the way to the bridge. And I get to reveal that. It's not too exciting. So you make it to the bridge. Here it is a scene of carnage and horror. Looks like the officers of the bridge decided to defend the bridge and try and hold it off against the mutated reptilian brethren. But there are lots of bodies, blood, from your knowledge of or experience of the previous reptoids that you had engaged and destroyed. Any of the mutated reptoids would have dissolved and disappeared into the grating in the floor. The bodies that you see are the unmutated versions of the reptoids. Um, you see a hollow projector on one of the dashboards, and it seems like it's in a loop of a video um, with a little blinking light. And then you also see a reptoid book. It's a strange book, in that it is written in glyphs, handwritten, and covered in leather. And since Van Halen, I think it's Van Halen, can read
Yep.
reptilian, what he sees is that it is a uh, book depicting an evil sphere of cosmic doom.
Ah. So this is the Book of the Darkstar, or such, or or as the reptoids call it, Galactus. Like, does it have like a summary at the beginning or the end? Can I read like the back, just to
Oh,
get quick?
yeah. You get the New York Times review on the back that says best-selling prophecy in the reptoid sector, uh, of the Darkstar, coming for you. Be good, kids. So
Brush your teeth.
yeah, brush your teeth. So that's what you see laying there. It's kind of a creepy looking book, but I mean, they're creepy looking blokes. So
So the
here,
reptoid, they kind of thought it was a joke along with all the rest of the races.
yep. And well, I'm not gonna get into any more stuff. What you do see is you see that hologram with a blinking red light. You also see a crack in the windshield, a large crack. Um, the captain's hat with a skull and bone insignia, kind of like an old pirate. And then another computer screen with weird schematics of a massive bomb retrofitted to the back or the front of the ship.
Hmm.
Bomb to the front of the ship.
Say again?
I was just repeating what you said. A
Oh,
bomb to the front of the ship.
yep.
I'll just like grab the book and like try to, you know, stick it somewhere on my being.
Okay. Everybody has a pocket of infinite holding and stuff, you know? So as you guys are looking around, the timer ticks down. Now this time, uh, there's panels that fall out of the ceiling, and the hallway down the galley erupts in much more surprise. And we're going to actually go to a different scene so I can pull you in there. Doop boop doop boo. All right, cool. Then we got Zed. Nero, SB, Seb, and Van Halen. You guys can move yourselves wherever you need to.
All right. Where was the book? Is this the windshield here?
Yep, the windshield is up in the front here.
Yeah. Okay. With the crack.
Yep.
And here there was the what remained of the captain, or what?
Yes.
All right.
Where,
And
where
where
was
the
the
book?
hologram button? Oh. Where was the book? Is that what you
The
asked?
book would have been right here on the center console. The hologram
Right.
is over here on the far left side. And then the captain's hat is right where Seb is. And the cracked screen is up in the top where the at the top of the picture here. This also has the dot grid, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I don't know why I thought it would be cool, but I did.
I would have gone over there and just about to hit the button on the hologram recording before when the reptoids attacked. When the
Okay.
reptoids attacked.
So, we've got...
Early morning meeting, or movie.
I don't know why Steam decided it needed to show up my screen, but okay.
It's
So we got
always once.
boop, boop, and then you got a few down here. And you got a few over here.
Where's the banana?
The banana? Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
And you should be able to move the banana around too, so you can rotate it and figure out where you need to go, or use it as a marker.
And it just gives me scale for now.
No, the banana is immobile.
Is it?
At least
Oh,
to me.
one moment. Now try it.
Yay! And how do you rotate it?
Hold shift and then scroll your mouse wheel, and it should do it in fourths or sixths. And if you do
Cool.
control, it's a lot more fine-grained.
Okay. Got it. Thanks. That's
Okay.
a lot of reptoid mutants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting at the top, I'm going to change the soundtrack. We'll take a moment if it's going to be super loud so you can adjust your headphones and stuff. Let's get... Hopefully this works. Nope, that's not it. Okay, if you need to adjust the music, go ahead and do that, because it might be kind of loud.
It's good for me.
Yeah. Cool with me.
Okay, cool. First up in the top of the order is Zed.
That is going to take a shot at this one right here.
Okay, so that is going to be, let's change the scale here, because this banana needs to be bigger. Give me one moment. We'll make that 6. Okay, so you are able to, you'll have to move once a little bit to get a better shot at the reptoids coming in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because this out here would technically be far. Yeah, so I would say if you can move a little bit forward, probably to like the line here, then you could shoot the reptoids. You'll have to take, narratively you'll have to take a step forward and shoot the reptoids, but you're gonna still be close to that chair anyways.
Alright. I'm taking a shot at this one here.
Alright, roll them bones. That does it. Alright.
14.
Nice.
So that's just gonna be straight up gun damage because I didn't get the burst. Yeah,
Yep.
just straight up gun.
4 damage. Okay. All right.
That would be enough, or that would be my turn.
Zeb. Or SB, sorry.
Yeah. Is SB able to let's see, come across the room, machine jump into this unit here, this console,
Mhm.
and overload it?
And you're trying to like blow it up in their face?
Yeah, but such that like my suit is just still at a range, you know, machine jump over and you know, do some near damage.
Okay. I will allow it. Let's see. I don't know if that would be. Let's ask a question. We're gonna use the Mythic Game Master emulator again here. Things are getting a little chaotic, so we're gonna put it at 6, and we're gonna ask. We're unsure. Can the overloaded console be aimed towards the reptoids? Reptoids.
This is one cool thing about Foundry is having Mythic Game Emulator plugged right in.
No.
So, if you overload the console, you will hit
Forgave me.
Seb, I think. Yeah, you'll hit Seb as well. So you could take it over right now, but Seb will have to spend their turn to move.
Oh no. My gosh, I can't really think of any other ideas now that I've machine jumped already.
You don't have. I'll say that you wouldn't. You don't have to have machine jumped right now. You would just see that and be like, "Oh, get out of the way, Seb. I might hurt you."
Okay. Let's just do an attack then.
Okay.
I have
I'll
to
attack.
step away for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No worries. Let me just do a. What am I doing?
Are you doing a weapons attack?
Dex roll.
Yep. Dex roll for weapon.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do you want to spend that hero coin?
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of enemies here. Let's burn that. Oh no.
Okay. I
Not good.
have faith that we'll make it. Oh, I didn't tell it to loop. Sorry.
Wow,
Okay.
it's a couple of big whiffs. This is not good.
All right. Next up is Seb. It is your turn.
Just gonna kind of sidestep there and take a shot at the one.
Okay. Seb would also know that SB is going to try and take over that console. I imagine they would have told you. You may want to step further away.
How far away do I need to be?
At least out to like this side here.
How about if I fall back to there?
That's fine. Yeah. Oh, dang it. That was so close too. On my screen it was almost a 20 and it flopped over to a 2.
Yeah, it almost did.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Do you want to spend your hero coin or do you want to pass the turn?
I think I'll spend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, roll that gun damage.
Well, well.
Kidding me with these kitten rolls, man. All right. So you did some damage on this one. Sweet, 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 sweet. Van Halen, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah.
Okay, it is your turn.
So.
Is it my
alright,
turn?
So, oops.
Van Halen, sorry. Or Nero, I'm sorry. We totally skipped
Yeah,
Nero.
alright.
Sorry. Go ahead, Nero.
Sorry. Okay. The rotation doesn't stick.
What are you trying to rotate it as?
But just rotate it vertical like that, yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure that I can get to these guys, but I can move twice. So you said that the stem is
Close. Yep.
close,
So if we rotate it this way.
and the whole banana is far.
Yep.
But what's near?
Close is the stem. Near is
Yeah.
the whole banana. Far is outside of it.
Gotcha.
I need to modify
okay,
this
right,
picture.
because this should be okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can move twice, so that means I can hop here and wing a blaster bolt at the reptoid nearest me. This dude, and then hop back. So. Oh yeah.
Roll that ultimate.
Nice.
Roll that
Yeah.
ultimate. Do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Gun plus ultimate.
Come on. Oh, that's great.
Nice.
All right, so
Okay.
you obliterate that one that you were shooting at.
And then I'll hop back here to behind the chair,
It is dead.
right through his forehead, just like the other one.
Yep. And as you do that, you see it just melt into the floor. So yeah, it is now Van Halen's turn.
Alright. These are like consoles right here.
Yes.
Alright. So if I were say to, scooch over here, they would give me cover from these guys.
Yes.
Alright. I am going to do that with my, jetpack.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot at those.
All right, do it.
Right.
So if you shoot at this one, it has damage on it. The one in the middle does not have damage yet, and then the one on the far right also has damage.
Alright. I'll just start with the one that's closest to me.
Nice.
Alright. And I will shoot the low. Sweet.
Nice.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
Boom,
Then
boom,
I go
boom.
for the next one. Ooh, that's not as good. So that is the end of me.
Yep. Their turn. So, let's see. Does this one over here know that you're over there? He did see the other guy shoot him. So we're gonna roll a d6, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Yes, he knows that. Or 1, 2, 3. He's gonna go after Nero. 4, 5, 6. He's gonna go after Van Halen.
Alright.
All right. So he's gonna scoot around after Van Halen. And oops.
You're jumping over the console or going around?
He's gonna go around it. So he's gonna come over here. Oops, that's not where I went. There we go. And he's going to attempt to crush you with the butt of his gun. Yeah, he's gonna do bludgeon. So he's gonna attempt to hit you with his gun.
Alright, that's against 14. Bring it.
Uh-oh, 16.
Oof, okay.
Alright, so this is a d6.
Oh,
Ooh.
That is brutal.
Oh, right to the noggin.
Yeah, he got you pretty good, right in the side of the head. That's a ringer. That one's dead. This one is going to attempt to move this way, I believe. It'd be right here at the edge of the thing. And we're gonna say that this one moves up here too. They're going to shoot once at Seb and once at SB. Let's see, what was their stats again? 3 to Dex and... Alright, so Seb, what is your defense? Or not Seb. Yeah, Seb and SB. Sorry. I keep saying SB and I keep putting the E in there because I know Seb and SB is very close to Seb.
I did it to confuse you. SB is 16.
Seb is
it's a
14.
miss.
Okay, so both misses? Well, let me roll for the other one here.
Yep.
But, yeah, they're both misses. So you guys are good there. This one is going to come around the corner. And, let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, and... Mutation takes its toll. Every form mutant, blah, 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 blah. Okay. He's going to do nothing, because you see that this one kind of is, like, dragging its leg and doesn't have a weapon in its hand. And it just has its claws, and it's kind of like... But it's just dragging its foot like it's gimping along. This other one comes around the corner and also shoots at you guys.
Oh,
That's a hit.
at which one?
Let's see. I didn't call it, so let's do 1, 2, 3 Seb, 4, 5, 6, or SB or Seb. Looks like it's coming at SB.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ow.
I am not trying to kill you.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, Phil.
Alright, your guys'
SB is the robot, right?
Yes, SB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've gotten confused.
Okay, now we're back at the top. Zed, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot at the same one I did last round.
Well, that one is dead. The one that's engaged with Van Halen is not damaged, I think.
Oh, the guy down here in the doorway?
Yep, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
I'll take off the dead
can
ones.
Can I hit the one on Van Halen without injuring him?
Yes. I will,
All right, I'm gonna try
yeah.
it.
Awesome.
Nice.
15.
Roll that D8.
Yep, that's gonna be guns and another attack.
Yep. 7.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
7, and now another attack on the same guy.
Yep, do it.
Oh,
Middle.
Okay. SB 129.
I am going to take a near move back here and can I take a recovery?
Yes.
Which is rolling a dex first.
No, it is. Let me pull up that rule here real quick.
It's all in Constitution?
Yeah, I've got my thing here.
Recovery. It is a D20 plus your con stat. Meet or beat the current target. And if you do, you get your con stat plus 1.
Cool. Let's see what happens.
Got it.
Oh, thank God.
Nice. You beat it.
Thank you. And now a D12.
What's the
3,
D12?
that's
It was a D12 for?
oh wait, sorry, what is it for health? Is it a
Constat plus
D8?
1.
It's just your con stat plus 1. So whatever you put
Oh,
into
it's just
con.
con plus 1. Oh my lord. 2.
Hey, that's better than nothing.
Oh boy.
That's
All
2
right.
points of not dying.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it.
Okay. Seb, it is your turn.
I'll take another shot at the same one I grazed
Okay.
last time.
So, I think a cool idea, and I did like where Ghost or SB. Let me know if you want to do this or if it's cool if Seb does this. But if he shoots that console, it could explode.
Oh yeah, totally do
Oh,
that.
yeah, I'll try. again.
I'll give it to you if you make it at a hard roll. So you'll have to roll a 15 or higher.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Oh no.
And I will also fall back some around the corner.
Okay. Keep him running around.
Yeah.
Nero, what would you like to do?
I'll blip around to this side of the chair or a console or whatever that is, a station, and I'm gonna shoot this guy off of who's currently butt stroking my friend, and shoot him off of him.
All right, do it. He's close to death.
Nope, I'm gonna spin that hero coin.
Okay. Also, if you roll a natural 1 on your d20, I will give you your hero coin back.
Nope.
Mm.
And then I just move back.
Okay.
I'm zipping around on my jetpack.
Van Halen, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to. I'm gonna slice that motherfucker.
Do it.
Energy sword.
At strength.
Yep, strength. Oh my god, no! Come on!
Mod what?
I'm
Oh, mod.
going for the fucking hero coin. I think the.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Just that. Yeah. Just saying that gives me a +1. That should be enough. Don't even need to roll. So that's a hit. With
Nice.
energy and magic. Ah, for fuck's sake. But nonetheless, he should be dead, right? 2 + 2, that's 4.
I think so, yeah. Let me double check. I think it's at 3. Oops. That's not what I wanted. Yeah,
Like,
this one, the one on top
he
of you
flattened
is...
me and
It is
he
dead.
broke my nose, so I sliced him through his fucking face.
There you go. And he's dead. Okay. My turn. All these guys can do. This one gimps forward a little bit. This one is going to come here. Gnashing and snarling at you. This one comes around. And this one is going to go this way as well. Stuck behind that guy. So they have not moved within range yet. Okay. Zed, it is your turn.
Alrighty, Zed is going to. How about these guys behind the chair?
Okay, yeah.
Looks like
You do have view on them, I believe, yeah. Even if you didn't, you just
Actually,
take
you
like
know
a
what?
sidestep.
Yeah, I'm going to actually. I'm going to aim.
Okay,
So
That may-
I'll aim this whole round and then shoot him next round.
perfect. Okay. SB 129.
I am going to see if I can't use that minigun that I procured and take a few shots at this guy here.
Okay. I'm gonna give you easy with that because that is a big round and a lot of ammunition coming out of it all at once. So roll it easy. Roll a 9 or better, and then you'll do ultimate damage.
Is that strength or dexterity?
Dexterity. No.
Oh my lord. Oh my
Uh,
lord.
yeah. I don't know.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
that's the way the bones are going. Nope, that's the way the bones are going. You gotta live with that.
Okay. Seb, can you save SB? Can you save yourself?
Do I need to be adjacent to that console thing to blow it up to do my jump?
Which console? This console?
Yeah.
You do not have to be adjacent to it, you just have to be within range. And so far, I think you are. Yeah.
Can I try the self-destruct thing on?
Sure. Is that where you jump into it or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it. See if I can
So
get
you
it to
jump
blow
into it, and
itself.
you'd be able to blow it up and hit that guy for double ultimate.
Okay, so what do I need to roll?
You just do it as not a monster, as a ghost armor. I don't know. Just roll double ultimate, see what happens. I don't think it needs to hit because that he's close enough, and I don't know. You're not really shooting it.
Just roll twice.
Yep.
Beauteous.
Nice. Okay, so this guy is gone. Although, so are these guys. They all got blowed up in the crossfight, or the explosion. However, this console is now out of order. So, I'm going to put a drawing over it. Okay.
So it's just the limper.
Yep, the limper is left. Nero, it is your turn.
Gotta pop out and get, let's see. Why doesn't it, why doesn't the rotation stick?
Yeah, I don't know why that's not doing it for you either.
Just go horizontal with it. Okay, so if I'm moving twice, I can get easy in range of this guy. So I will zip over to I'll just hop right up here next to the book and
Nice.
shoot this guy.
No roll needed, except that if you didn't have a hero coin, you now have a hero coin.
Okay.
So you do miss. Okay.
I land next to the book, and the book, something happens with the book.
Yeah,
maybe.
It flaps up and hits you in the knee, and it starts whispering at you.
I have the book.
Oh, does it? Okay. That's right, Van has the book. Alright, Van Halen, what are you doing?
I'm using my jump thing and doing a cool somersault over the console.
Okay.
And like slicing that bit.
Okay. Do it.
9 plus 3. That is
That
just
is
barely a hit.
Just enough. As you slice, there's no effort roll required. This guy, you slice right through him, and his entire being dissolves and crumples into the floor and dissolves. You have almost not survived. So yeah, you guys have survived the combat. Yeah, good job. Let's go ahead. I would like to give you guys, if you need to take a breather, go ahead and roll a D4 and add that to your con mod or your con stat.
While everyone's patching themselves up, I'm going back over here to.
4 plus 2, that's 6, and I'm full, back to full.
Yes.
Did you get it?
I just got
Get what?
I got a 5, which is nice.
Oh, good. Yeah, you got most of your health back.
Literally the max.
Okay.
Yeah, as much as I possibly could.
So, if people are looking at this sheet, it should have popped up with warp shell character types. If not, it's the number 2 page. If you look at that, I want everybody to take a milestone reward from their type and drag it onto their character sheet.
How about that?
Milestone.
If you need some help with that, let me know, and we'll get something figured out.
Did that work? Looted abilities. No, maybe not. Let's try it again. Alright. I have leveled up.
Awesome. What did you pick?
The Seeker one, so I'm always hitting on 13 or higher.
Nice. That is Seeker. I can just look at your character. Gunner.
Yeah, I'm going for the same thing. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good too.
How do I edit my character sheet?
So, when you open your character sheet, at the top in that title bar where it says your character name, there should be a padlock. Click on that, and it'll turn red for unlocked, and then you can drag the milestones from the page that popped up onto your character sheet, and it should automatically add those to your loot and abilities.
Yeah, I was able to do that without the. I was able to do that without unlocking it, but I want to actually change. Oh, okay, with what it's unlocked, I can actually change my stats.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I was able to
How do I
also
open
drop
my
it in
character
chat.
sheet?
Oh, you got a nano battery, eh?
Hey,
Nice.
no more health problems.
So yeah, as you guys are leveling up, what you're actually doing is you are finding equipment on the bridge that helps you get these abilities. Like Seb, you find a suit that's underneath one of the consoles that some Reptoid wasn't able to get on in time. SB's able to find a regenerative unit in a emergency health kit underneath the captain's chair that is on fire, and just like there's different upgrades just laying around the bridge and stuff.
And like a couple of Seeker modules there somewhere.
Yep. Find that in a weapons locker next to the door. Yeah. So, I'm going to take us all back to, well, since we're on the command deck, you've got that blue hologram that was blinking.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got messages and schematics, or not schematics, it was messages, and then the schematics telling you that there's a massive bomb retrofitted to the front of the ship, and then a big red button that says override in the center in front of the on fire captain's chair.
All right. So you guys wanna play the hologram?
Yeah, that's what I was going over here to do.
Yeah, let's hear what.
So as you play the hologram, none of you can understand what it says. The only person who can is Van Halen. So Van Halen has to translate this to you, but it it
I will
sounds
do so.
it sounds like screams of panic and fear. Um, but it says it's a reptoid whose depiction in the hologram is screaming, firing his weapon, and yelling through muttered voices, changing. It's pure evil. And just at that moment, the Darkstar pulses again in anger or malevolence at what seems like yourselves and your being. Let's see what a D10 does
Was
here.
that dexterity?
Say again?
Was that dexterity roll?
Not yet. Let's see what this
No,
one
not yet.
does.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
another.
Okay.
This one is going to be another dex roll. Okay. We got Nero and SB who need to roll dex. Way to
Nat
nail it.
20.
Way to nail it. So
Only noticed.
both SB and Zero are knocked prone, and you both take 1 damage. And as you do, the image of a black star pulsating and consuming worlds, consuming ships, and you feel like a heat burning presence over your body, but all it is in your mind as the dark star attempts to seed fear into you and the desire to give up.
Well, that's not so good.
All right, so
So
you've got
messages.
you've got
Yep.
the black, you got the red override button. You've got the schematics that you read that had the bomb on the front, and then you just watched the hologram.
When there's some messages also.
I'm sorry, say again, Van Halen.
When there's some messages also.
No, it's just the hologram. Just
Just the hologram. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, just the hologram.
Okay. Schematics, and then the non-boom button, presumably.
Hopefully.
Yes. I mean, it would seem like we might want a boom here to kill Galactus or such. Like, yeah. What do my companions say? What are your feelings?
I want to get into one of the consoles and see if I can glean any more about what's going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also, like, how do we open the engine doors?
Okay. Who's telling me they wanted to do more about what's in there? Was that Seb?
Seb.
Okay. I think you have the ability to get into the console. So if you do, since you weren't able to read it before, you get the feeling again here that this override is it is a doorway. It's not doom. And that the red sword was meant to pierce.
Is there some mechanism to launch the bomb that's mounted on the front?
When you ask the computer that, it says, "I am the mechanism."
All right, we gotta take over the computer. Take over the ship.
Is that a
So
question for me? Oh,
Is
okay.
it meant to be launched into the ship meant to be pointed at the Darkstar and launched into it? Is that what this is?
When you ask the computer that, you get a good feeling about that. Like, yes, I am serving my function.
Can you alter that function? Can you change this?
No. My purpose is to pierce.
Okay. But the Darkstar is attached to the bottom of the hull.
The Darkstar is outside, to the side of the ship, and
Yeah, it's not attached.
it's not attached. No, no, no. The
No, no,
bomb,
no. Okay,
there's
okay.
a bomb that's attached to the front of the ship,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then there's a ton of energy buildup in the engines, but most of the other systems inside the ship are turned off.
Okay.
Can the
So how do we open the
computer-
engine doors?
Uh,
Can you open the engine doors? The SEP, the SP? Was it SP in the computer?
Seb,
yeah,
SEP was in the computer. Okay.
Seb was.
Yeah. Can you open the engine doors?
I'll ask it.
it says I need an override.
Ah, okay. So where is the override button?
Yep. So when you do that, the override button says engine bay doors are unsealed or unlocked.
Okay. You guys wanna check out the engine parts?
Absolutely.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Alright.
Out we go.
So let's go back to the game table. Boop. Let's roll another d4 here for reptoids. Yep. Okay. Boop boop boop. All right, you all make it onto the galley. And it just looks like a regular mess hall, something you'd see in like a high school or a ship's kitchen. Food strewn about. Looks like they got them while they're eating chow and stuff. So how many reptoids actually show up? Let's do another d4 here. 2 of them. Why do I? Oh, it's because I have Zed selected. Okay. So you have 2 reptoids showing up in the galley. Do you want to engage with them, or do you guys want to try and avoid them?
It might be better to avoid.
Yeah, let's just go past.
They're taking a lot of time, you know.
Yep. So
I
go
get the
ahead.
feeling we're about to blow up.
Give me how do you guys want to avoid them? What are you doing? Are you trying to sneak past them using dexterity? Are you trying to hide from them using like wisdom, or are you trying to get into like the vents or do something separate?
SB's gonna try to use his jetpack and fly over them.
Can barely hear you.
Sorry, I pushed my mic boom away. SB's gonna try to use his jetpack.
Okay, perfect. I don't think that would need a roll, but then they definitely know where you are, so you would be chased at that point.
Yeah, and at least like, if I'm flying up, they'll hear me and be a distraction for everyone else.
Okay. So if anybody else is going to do a roll, it will be at easy, so a 9 or better.
Alright.
Nice.
I'm going to do sneak because I'm not very wise. Just like my namesake.
I'm gonna use my dex and sneak as well. Yeah. Easy.
I did not do a good job.
Hey, you did. You got 9 or better.
Hey, but you passed.
Oh, 9 or better was it? Yes, it was easy.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, what I
Yeah,
can
because
do,
everyone's looking at me, so it's easy.
what I do is I click on this
Thank
and I put that
you,
there. So,
SB.
yep. So everybody
Oh, look at that.
everybody nailed it. And I'm not gonna have SB do the roll because he's just jumping around. So yeah, everybody is able to make it past, and SB jumps around the room a little bit and gets him caught behind something and gets behind a door and just slams it and locks it. Uh, and as you like finish locking the door, uh, you look up and it's just reptoids, boom, boom in the window. So yeah, that takes care of
How
that
much
counter.
is that reptoid in the window?
Um, so yeah, these 2 guys are nullified. Well, they're not nullified; they're just not there. So you make it down to the engine room again, or the reactor room. Now you see 2 engine rooms that are wide open.
Alright, you guys want to split that?
Do we want to what?
Do you
You
want
want
to
to split that?
split up
split up,
and take
I
the?
guess.
Okay.
Sure.
And
Yeah, SB
you
will go north here. Who's coming with me?
I'll come with you.
as you guys exit the refinery or the engineering hall, you just hear a giant again, but nothing's coming to you.
What is our actual plan here?
We
Um. So. Oh. Okay. I need to do a little bit of GM fiat because I did not tell you guys appropriately. When you were in the computer and looking at the schematics for the bomb, there was also a diagram that showed rotating the red sword and then overloading the engines into the Darkstar.
That sounds like a good plan.
yeah.
But we don't want
I
to be
guess that
flooding
just
with the engines.
just the different variables that just kind of clicked when we got into the rooms. Oh, that's what he meant.
But we don't want to be on the ship when we do that.
No. No. How do we get back to the warp shell?
So, I will
Come to
tell you,
Moya.
I would tell you that you could probably, or you should be able to radio to Moya, and she would come. Not Moya. I'm not gonna say, whatever. Moya. We're playing with it. Okay.
It's Moya now,
Now you got Moya. Moya will,
Yeah,
if you
named her,
radio to
named her
Moya,
after my mother.
if you radio to Moya, she will come and dock with the ship, and you can get out through the airlock doors. But that would be 3 whole timer clicks to get out. Or you can attempt to find another airlock or a hole in the ship and vacate out that way.
What about escape pods?
Um, I will say that the engineering or the refinery tile does have escape pods in it. The engines themselves do not.
Well, if we'd found
Okay,
if we found that information in the computer, I'd still be up here getting ready to actually rotate the ship from the con.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say that that door to the galley is probably open unless you manually shut it yourself. So you'd be sitting there sneaking or like being stealthy and sneaky. So
Yeah.
there is the possibility that they could come and find you.
Understood.
um,
So 2 per engine. Looks like.
Yeah. So people who know things about engines.
Well, you got one of them with you. I think you got both of them.
Yeah.
One of them is with you, and then the other one would go into the other engine. I think Zed Wolfgar said he needs to be taking off soon, so we're gonna try and get this completed here real quick. Zed and Seb are in the bottom engine, and then Van Halen and SB are in the top engine. When you guys enter the engine rooms, there is a ton of noise, like gauges and dials and stuff that are just about ready to burst, and red lights, weren't, weren't, all sorts of things telling you that this is not good. Don't do this. Why are you doing this? But here you are to finish overloading the engine while Nero aims the ship at the star, and then you will have to push the go button and make it off the ship. I will do a D4 roll to tell you how many rounds you have to get off the ship. There are escape pods in the refinery. Then Moya is docked on the ship as well.
All right,
Where are the
let's do
escape
this.
pods? Do we know?
Say again?
Let's do this.
Do we know where the escape pods are?
They are in the refinery. However, I
Yeah.
don't know how many there are. Let's roll a d6 and see how many there are. Number of escape pods. Don't roll a 1. 4. So one of you is gonna have to figure out how to get
Okay.
into space.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, if there's one dock here, it would expect the other dock to be then. Oh,
So
damn it.
this area down here
Yeah.
has not been revealed to you yet, because you didn't really go into hydroponics and look around. You only looked into hydroponics. Nero can look at it in the captain's quarters, and you guys would have comms and stuff, so you'd be able to tell each other stuff. But this is the science lab.
Yeah, I would punch that up. Get a read on the interior of the ship.
As a Zill, am I able to survive deep space?
Yeah, I would think so. Just because you don't normally use air, you subsist on energy and stuff. So you wouldn't need oxygen like the rest of these meat bags would.
So I can probably just. Well, how would I get through the hull of the ship, though?
You'd either have to make a hole or find a hole. When Nero looks at the schematics, there is a hole in science lab, decompressioned. There's zero pressure in there, but the door to it is locked.
Well, the closest exit for me is going back out here to the ship, to the shell.
There also is that crack in the windshield.
Oh, that's true too. I do
It-
have a vac suit, so I could just shoot out the window.
It would take one heart of effort to break out the window.
Well, we should
So
have
the
another-
people who have console access and understanding of such things, do you see any kind of huge life form or something in the science lab? Or the hydro whatever?
Hydroponics.
Yeah.
So if you ask Nero that, he will flip through the cams, and he sees that there is a life form in the science lab, and there is a key card on one of the tables. As it slides by, it knocks over that table, and the key card goes skittering across the floor. But you see this massive, hulking form of some sort of reptilian monster.
And it can survive in 0 atmosphere.
Did I say science lab or did I say medical center?
Science
You
lab.
said
Is that science
this. You said this. The science lab had 0 pressure.
Yeah, science lab has 0 pressure. The monster is in the med lab.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry. If I misspoke, I
That's-
apologize.
Let's not see the doctor.
Good point.
Let's take a rain call on the doctor.
I'm guessing that
Okay,
key card
so-
is what we would need to engage the process they have set up.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You said there was a key card in there. Don't we need some identification or something to engage this?
No, not in the engine rooms.
Okay.
The command deck override opened the engine rooms, and you're able to get into more of the computer consoles in here, and finish the overload of the engines and propel them into the Darkstar.
I say we do that.
I'll start
Then get the fuck
rotating the
out of
ship.
here.
Okay. We're gonna start at the top. Sorry, you guys will do your things. It's just we're starting at the top. Zero. What do you want to do? Or Zed?
We're going to go into the engine room and complete the mission there.
Okay. Make an int check at 12.
No token selected. What?
Oh, click on your Zed guy. Here, he's moved over. And then do your roll. Nice. All right.
Just made it.
Go ahead and make a D6 effort roll. Nice, halfway done. Oh, even better. Over halfway done. So who is in that? That's Seb. So Seb, if you can finish overriding that console, you guys got that engine going. SB 129. Okay, so when it comes to
go?
when you got the when it gets to your turn, then you get
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were asking me to do it now.
no, I was just telling you when it comes to your turn. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
Yeah, no problem.
SB 29, 129. Go ahead and roll an int roll. Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
make a D6.
Nice, nice.
Perfect. Nice, halfway there. Seb, I'm gonna take that roll you did previously because that was pretty good.
Okay.
So you are able to also perform the procedures you need to on the PC. Go ahead and roll a D6, and hopefully you can get 3 or better. Oof. Oh,
Yep.
3. Nice.
Sorry.
Boom.
Hey,
All right, so your engine room is ready to go. It's ready to pop. Go ahead and do the thing, Nero. You're aiming the ship. No roll needed. Van Halen, go ahead and make your roll. You need a 5 or better.
It was intelligence.
Yep.
All right.
You're having a little bit of a problem getting the buttons or like getting your command codes or written into the console.
Yeah, I'm not a computer guy. Right.
Let's
yeah.
let's see if anything happens. I'm gonna roll a D6. 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens. 4, 5, 6. Something happens. Okay, something happens. Let's do a random event. Recruit art. How's that negative? I'm gonna say that the hulking mass in the med lab is starting to move out of the med lab. Okay. Go ahead and do your thing, Zero. You guys have already got your engine overloaded. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna start moving towards. We said we said the escape pods were in the refinery, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna start moving towards the refinery.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token there. SB 129. Can you finish up the hack?
Let's see.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Alright.
Make a D6 roll and get 3 or better. Oh my God. Ugh. You got one more hack maneuver to do. Seb.
Also going to move toward the escape pods.
Okay. Nero has already aimed the ship. Do you want to do anything else, Nero?
Is the ship aimed and ready to go?
Yes.
But I have to actually kick off the acceleration from here too, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just chilling.
Okay. Go ahead and do the thing, Van Halen.
Sorry.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay.
Yeah, I'm terrible at this.
So, my action. You're not gonna like this.
Oh lord.
The doctor is in.
The doctor is in. That is right. This big mamma jamma is starting to head out into the refinery. I will give him a roll to notice everybody. What's everybody's defense?
Zed has got
16.
an 11.
11, 16,
17.
or 17, sorry.
For Seb is 17.
Van Hayden is 14.
Okay. So Zed gets noticed, and this bad boy is going to he's going to attempt to blast at Zero.
Right on.
With a failure. But then he's also going to use his machete tail and lash out as well.
Machete tail.
As you do.
Alright, so that's a 19. That's a d6. 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
Okay. Back at the top of the order, Zed.
I'm gonna punch the button for the escape pod.
Okay. Your escape pod goes shoop and is outside of the ship. SB 129.
Finish this, yeah?
Alright.
You made
Alright.
you made the check.
Yay!
You technically
Yeah.
you didn't even need the roll effort because you needed one. You finished the override.
Yeah.
The ship is now primed and ready to go. And when it becomes Nero's turn, he needs to press the go button, acceleration button. There you go. And
The go button.
needs to get out of the command console or the command deck.
Cool. I can still use like a move to
Yep,
try to
you
get
got
out
you
of
can
here.
get a move. Yep. So yeah. Seb, what would you like to do?
Trying to decide if these guys are going to have time to get into their pods also with this thing coming into the room.
It'll definitely make things difficult.
I'm going to yell at the thing to get its attention, and I'm going to run down the hallway and try and make my way towards towards the airlock and go out that way and just try to draw it off so the others can get out on in their pods.
Okay, if you're doing that, it's a far move to get into the yeah, that area. What is that called? Corridor. It's a far move to get into the corridor. So it's a far move to go from one index card to another. It's a near move to get from one side of the index card to another. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Nero, it is your turn.
I punch the go button,
Okay, so when you do
and
that,
then I'll shoot the no need to be quiet anymore. I'll shoot the windshield.
okay. Go
With
ahead
my
and
My vac suit helmet is deployed, obviously.
make an effort roll with your gun.
With my gun.
5, 7. Okay, good.
7.
You gotta at least do one more shot. So
Okay.
as you do that, the destruction timer goes dink, and now there are 3 turns left to get out of the ship before it launches into the Darkstar.
What about Van? Van didn't get to go.
Yep.
Yep. I am going to go down to here, and then I'm going to start shooting at the thing. Hopefully, being able one is out, Nero is out this way. SB, should be able to go on his next turn. We just need to get Seb safe. So I'm going to try to distract the doctor away from Seb, so he can hopefully get back into the refinery. So I'm just gonna start shooting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's
Nice.
a hit.
That's a good hit.
And another attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's 8 damage.
Nice.
And then again.
Oh.
Well, at least one solid hit.
You can take my hero coin if you want to use that.
Yeah.
Oh man, do that.
Yeah, go ahead and
I'll
do another
take
attack
that.
Oh, that was almost another
Ooh.
15.
then. Dang it.
Oh well.
Okay. So when you do come back, you can come back in, Seb, and get in. You can move and get into the escape pod. You just have
Okay.
one round to get out.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Van Halen. This guy is going to what was his tactics again? Lurker, unstable cannon, 3 hearts, scream, machete tail. He's going to make a lash attack with his barbed tentacle, and if it hits somebody, they will strength check or be grappled by the rubbery whip. Hits within near range. Actually, he wouldn't be anywhere near you guys, so he'd be doing energy attacks. So he's going to roll that. Shoot, I'm really bad at that. I always forget to call somebody out. SB 29, 129. What's your defense?
16.
All right, good. He misses. Now
Nice.
we're gonna do another machete tail. This time at Van Halen.
Alright.
Hooray! He does not get a hero coin. So yeah, it is now top of the order. Zed's already outside. Zed, you are waiting. SB 129, go ahead.
Sounds
Oh,
open
wait,
himself
hold on.
to a new
Yeah,
attack or
you
something.
have one more turn. Everybody, we need to get back. We need to get into space. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more turn? I thought it was 2.
It was so I did my turn, and that clicked it down, and then technically it should have gone by now. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna stick with what I got right now.
I think I'm in the escape pod area back here, right? So I can just hop into an escape pod.
Yes. And then launch out.
Van Halen, hop in with me. You coming?
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right. Let's say that the two of us hop in and we take the first escape pod and we launch into space, and then the warp shell can just pick us up later.
Okay. Reading through this blurb again, I messed up, and I'm gonna say that you have 2 more rounds, but keep doing what you're doing because it should have been rounds instead of turns.
Right. Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
for the countdown. Okay, that's why it was going down so fast. I was like, what? Okay, that makes sense.
I apologize.
No worries.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Zero is out.
Zero's out.
SP is out.
Yep. And then he took you, Van Halen, so that leaves Seb and Nero. What would you like to do, Seb?
Running back in and climbing into a pod.
Okay. So as you get into a pod, you will get the Gargantua will get a chance to hit you, and then Nero's turn to see if he can bust out the window. And then after that, everybody should be out. Seb. Seb already went. Nero, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Gun effort. Yeah.
All right. Glass breaks.
Down.
Vacuum sucks you out of the window, and you're now in space. And as you float out, you see the massive bomb strapped to the front of the ship, and the Darkstar as its solar flares lick at your boot heels. Now it is Van. And everybody's out of the ship. So as you guys exit the red sword, you see the engines sparkle. Like, okay, Seb's outside of the ship. I'm sorry. Everybody's outside of the ship in their escape pods or floating in space. And from the view of Nero, the back end of the ship, the engines sparkle, crackle, and come to life, and it elongates and elastics into the Darkstar, causing it to eat the red sword and warp, bubble, roil, and look like it's imploding in on itself. And just as soon as like the last solar flare was reaching out to lick the boot of Nero, the warp shell comes by and scoops up Nero and Zero and everybody else and makes it out of the area. In the monitors facing backwards, you see that the Darkstar turns into a little neutron star that suffocates in on itself and winks out of existence.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger ending.
Did our shell manage to
Wow.
get loose to pick us up?
Yes, it did pick you up. Sorry, it scooped up everybody.
Right on.
I can't believe we lived, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
there
good job, everybody.
was a couple touch and go points, and I did mess up the mechanic for the timer at the end. It should have been rounds instead of turns. I saw turns in a different spot, and I was kind of excited to use it because that's brutal. Yeah. Thanks for playing, everybody. I'm gonna turn off the recording, and we can do a
Excellent.
little.
Thank you.
We can do it after discussion talk.